She tried to extort a baby from me, but ended up helping me keep the baby. This happened way back. My daughter is 30 now. When I was 18 and in my first year of college, I got pregnant. The father joined the Navy to escape responsibility. My parents, who are strict conservatives except when it's inconvenient, abandoned me and cut me off financially. They wanted me to have an abortion to prevent the loss of my scholarship. That's how I found myself at 18 suddenly and totally responsible for myself and my living situation with no financial or emotional support from anyone. I lived at a private dorm and was befriended by the property manager, Donna. When I told her my situation, she swooped in like a hero and helped me get a place to stay at one of the other properties she managed. I was getting evicted from the dorm. She then helped me get a job at a gift shop at one of those properties. I thought she was the most wonderful person for all of this until her true motives became clear. She wanted to adopt my baby, even though I had expressed no interest in giving my baby up for adoption. After a few weeks of work, she launched a campaign to convince me I was unfit to be a mother and that my baby would be so much better off if I let Donna have it. At first it was subtle, passive-aggressive remarks about how much money she and her husband had, how she couldn't have children herself, how she hoped she was able to adopt one day and what a wonderful life they would give their baby. But, as time passed, her approach became more aggressive and direct. She was all the shop and would even come to my apartment, ready to point out things I did or didn't do that proved what a terrible mother I would be. She went into long rants about how awful I was for having a baby without a father, how we'd be welfare trash forever, how God brought her into my life because she was meant to have my baby. It was endless and constant, for months. Sometimes I let her upset me and make me wonder if she was right, but in my heart I knew that I'd be a good mother. For a while, and feeling intimidated, I let myself be bullied into including her in baby-related events. I even let her go with me to the sonogram where I found out my baby was a girl. She was so excited for me. As I got closer to delivering, I got stronger in making clear to Donna that I was not giving up my baby. I tried to avoid Donna as much as I could, but was regularly reminded how much power she had over my living situation. I soon had coworkers telling me she was claiming that my baby's adoption was a done deal. She even told people she was decorating a nursery and buying baby girl clothes. When it became clear that she was not going to change my mind, she started threatening me with eviction from my apartment and firing me from my job. That way, I'd realize how unstable my situation was and recognize I had no business having a baby. And sure enough, I lost my job. She fired me for not wearing my shoes behind the cashier's counter at the gift shop. When I was on my feet all day, my feet would swell right out of my shoes. I'd stay behind the counter and slip off my shoes for a bit, but never in view of the customers. Still, that was reason enough, in Donna's mind, to teach me a lesson. It didn't take long after losing my job to also lose my apartment. I ended up couch surfing and even spent some time homeless until I got some housing assistance. In the meantime, I had gone to the EEOC and complained, and they helped me mediate with the owners of the gift shop property. As a result, Donna got fired from managing that property and I got months of back pay and some extra money for my trouble, in exchange for not full-out suing them. This small cash windfall turned out to be a huge blessing that actually enabled me to survive financially until I had my baby and could get back in school. Donna firing me was the best thing that could have ever happened. I saw her years later and she was still childless. Best revenge. My daughter is now getting ready to graduate, full scholarship and magna cum laude, from a top law school. Turns out being raised by a single mom is not as awful as Donna thought. Closing parenthesis. Roommate stole my washcloths, so I decided to let her steal one more smile with horns. My freshman year I had the most inconsiderate roommate who'd stay up all night talking loudly, eat my food, etc. Oddly, my washcloths that I used to wash my face would go missing. I think I lost like 3 or 4 throughout the semester. I thought someone was taking them, but I had no idea where to. Well, the end of the semester we were clearing out the bathroom cabinets to move out, and what did I find shoved in the far back corners of the cabinet? My washcloths, which were covered in orange foundation. Clearly evidence from my one rude roommate because she wore so much foundation every single day. I was super annoyed because I had to keep buying more washcloths to replace the ones she stole. Well, I decided to use one of my other washcloths and clean the disgusting bathtub with it. I'm talking ring of shampoo, dirt, hair everywhere, etc. I was planning to just throw it away afterwards, but I decided to hang it up and let it dry. In the same place I would hang my washcloths for my face. The next day the washcloth I had used bathtub was covered in orange foundation. The look on her face when I told her, no regrets. Don't assume others don't speak Spanish. So, I'm a bridal stylist. I help people find their wedding gown. I love my job, and 99% of the time, it's a happy, wonderful job with great co-workers and customers. And then there's the 1%. I had a bride today who was very sweet, but just didn't connect with the gowns we had. That's okay, it happens sometimes. She was fine. And somehow, it's always the mom or the aunt, was decidedly not happy, and decided to talk me in Spanish the whole time. Does this woman know what she's doing? She's pulling nothing but ugly gowns. Said gowns were reselected by the bride. I hope you don't ever get as fat as her. And so on. Lovely. Now, I am whiter than a jar of mayo, and I don't necessarily look like I speak Spanish. However, my parents are from a Spanish-speaking country, even though they're not ethnically Hispanic. I knew a lot more as a kid, but I'll still know enough to get around. So I waited until the end, and as they were leaving, I said, I hope you have a great day. Please, feel free to come back anytime you'd like. We have lots more gowns you can go through if you'd like, in Spanish, to the bride and her mom, and Omen. You know how good it feels when you're in a fuck ton of pain, and the doctor finally gives you something that works, and you're suddenly not feeling any pain anymore? Or when you're craving the hell out of a specific flavor of ice cream and you manage to find it? Yeah. Seeing the look on that bride's mom's face when she realized I heard and understood the entire hour of her ripping me to shreds was so much better. Laugh about taking advantage of me? Enjoy couch hopping. So, I was helping out a friend that I've known for quite a while, because she's been having trouble finding work. She does actively look for work, but are all low-paying temp jobs until she finds work in her field, and she lives in an area with a very high cost of living. Nothing huge, but stuff like helping her round out her rent and covering her phone bill, and Instacarting her groceries. Do pretty well for myself, so a few $100 a month really isn't a big deal. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, a mutual friend slides into my DMs with screenshots. We'll call her C, and the one I've been helping, H, C, so you find a position yet? H, yeah, but I'm chillin', I got a good thing going. RNC, H, I got a few available, but my name has been covering most of my hits, so I've just been chillin' with the free handouts, lol. C, that's kinda duda. You're not my ucking fault if homie wants to be a simp. I'ma probably get more next month. Hit him up too, lol. At that point, C blocked H. When I confronted H with it, she coughed up some lame SS excuses, and begged me to just help her out one more month because she's out of her lease and will get evicted. I told her to find another simp, because I was just trying to do right by my friends. 2 days ago she hits me up one more time, offering X if I pay for a moving truck, and if I know anyone's couch she can crash on. Lol. Bye, enjoy couch hopping. Roommates stopped contributing, so we left them nothing. This happened during my junior year of college. I, Claire, lived with 5 other women. I'll call them Abby, Brooke, Donnie, Ella, and Fran. When we signed the lease on the house, we agreed to a 1-year deal, June 1st to May 31st. The house was off campus and unfurnished, so we needed things to make it feel like home. Prior to moving in, we all sat down and decided what we needed for the house, and who was going to bring what, and also settled on a chore schedule. We also decided that we'd have a household supply fund set up so we could buy things we all would use like toilet paper, paper towels, dish detergent, and laundry detergent. As it turns out, Donnie, Ella, Francesca, and I brought most of the stuff we needed like a couch, small dining table, dishes, silverware, drinking glasses, cookware, food storage containers, etc. Things went pretty well during fall semester. Shortly after that, however, things started to decline. Abby's boyfriend Andy basically moved in with us, and the two of them started acting like they owned the place. Left a dirty dish in the sink? They'd leave a passive-aggressive note about how rude it was to do that. Come home. Library closed at midnight? Abby and Andy went to bed at 10, and if you woke them up there was hell to pay. Pretty soon, Brooke and her boyfriend Brad were acting in much the same way. By early February, it was clear to Donnie, Ella, Fran, and me that we did not want to live with Abby and Brooke another year. The 4 of us found a different off-campus place and signed a lease. Let Abby and Brooke know, and from then on, the 2 of them, plus their boyfriends, went from partial jerks to complete jerks. They do things like stop the clothes washer mid-wash, take our clothes out, dump them on the floor, and start their own laundry. They'd use up all the hot water by taking super long showers. They'd write, "Return to sender," on our mail. They destroyed flowers our boyfriend sent or brought to us. They refused packages. They stopped contributing to the shared supply fund and stopped doing chores. About a week before Memorial Day, Ella got a call from the landlord on our new place saying the previous tenants had moved out and we could move in early if we'd like at no charge. Donnie, Ella, Fran, and I discussed it and decided to get out of our current house ASAP, but didn't tell Abby and Brooke of our plans. Memorial Day weekend rolls around and Abby, Brooke, and their boyfriends head out of town to go camping while the rest of us put our plan into action. With the help of friends, Donnie, Ella, Fran, and I got all of our stuff moved out. And when I say all, I mean all. Living room furniture, dining room furniture, dishes, silverware, cookware, food storage containers, baking supplies, shower curtain, rugs, lamps, vacuum, broom, dustpan, etc. We also decided that since neither Abby nor Brooke had contributed to the shared household supply fund since March, the toilet paper, paper towels, dish detergent, laundry detergent, and so forth wasors, so we took all of that too. Abby, Brooke, and their boyfriends were shocked to return from their camping trip to an empty house. What made our petty revenge even sweeter was that on their way home from the camping trip, all four of them got food poisoning and were really, really sick. The scathing texts we got about moving out unannounced and taking all shared household goods, especially the toilet paper. Donnie, Ella, Fran, and I are great friends, still get a good laugh about the situation about 12 years later. None of us have heard from Abby or Brooke since graduation.